Somewhere in that 7 years, you met a different boy, turned
Oh
into your
yeah.
husband.
Somewhere in there, I met my husband. We met in recovery actually, and he was not like any of the boys I had traditionally been with, or men, I guess, in many respects. And it was so kind and loving and stable and different, and also at the time we met new in sobriety, so we dated, but I could never get okay with that. I felt like I was taking something important away from him, so we broke up. And
Tell me more about that. What do you mean by
like
that?
in your first year, they tell you not to date in your first year, and they tell you for a good reason, because you can, like I could make traveling my higher power or an escape. You can make people an escape too,
Yeah.
and relationships. And my first year I was single, and I needed that. I needed to like be uncomfortable with myself. I needed that time to focus on myself, and I felt like I was taking that from him. And he has agency too. Obviously, it wasn't. I was trying to make the decision for him, but really, when it got down to it, I had to make the decision for myself and say, I am just not comfortable with this. I couldn't. I felt bad all the time. I mean, I would. My therapist always reminds me how torn I was, because I was like,
Yeah.
well, there's so much love and we adore each other, but I feel like this is just going to go off the rails. And I felt like our only chance was really if we took a break, and it was so hard. And I have a from my upbringing, like an almost uncanny ability to kind of dissociate and detach in ways that always surprise me still. So I was like, bye. And I moved a lot. I just like don't look back, I'm like, anyway, moving forward. And surprisingly, like 15 months later, we reconnected, and then just never left each other's side again, and got married in November. So it turned out it was the right decision. And he's
Yeah.
like, I did need the time, and I in that 15 months had time. Also, when we met, my career as like a accidental pundit, or whatever I am, that was all just getting started for me. And in the
Yeah.
time that we separated, it was a lot more stable by the time we reconnected. So I felt like I had more time to devote to a relationship, because of the time that we were meeting, I was in this like very beginning kind
Yeah.
of riding this upsurge of energy that made I had to work very hard all the time. Now, yeah, then we met back up again and got married. And then the pandemic hit shortly after we got back together, about a half of a year. And then we went through a lot pretty quickly. And then we're not young, like we're both. I don't need to like be with him for, I don't want to. We were just like, we know we want this. It's not like we need to like make sure it's gonna work out. We're in our 40s. We both been married before. So yeah, then we went on our honeymoon to South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another dream of mine, by the way.
South Africa
Well, like
was
a
on the short list.
safari
Yeah.
honeymoon.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it was
Amazing.
crazy. It was crazy. It was just beyond anything I ever could have imagined.